Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to talk about me. We're going to talk about We're going to talk about number one on My Me My. We're going to get to groom Loki Bear, and we are going to talk about where I want the channel to go, and I would love your input. I would love your feedback. I know things haven't been that good in general on the channel lately, but we're going to fix that, and we're going to grow this, and we're going to move on to bigger and better things. Stay tuned. Please, please, please leave your feedback. I really need this. If you don't want to smash the like button for me, at least do it for her. She's being such a good girl. How do you feel about it? Do you think they should smash it? Yeah, I agree. I apologize if the light blinking is annoying. This has kind of been an ongoing thing since the lights seem to want to fail. I'm down 50% of my lighting in the building, and I needed to groom Loki Bear because she's shedding her coat a little late this season, and it's, as you can tell, a lot. So I wanted to take a minute today while I was, we gotta break this up a little bit. I want to take a minute today to talk a little bit about the channel, and I wanted to do some updates while I was spending some time with Loki Bear. For those of you that have been following along, she does have cancer. We did get the lump removed. We're not exactly sure what is to be expected beyond that, but we are hoping for at least the rest of the year with her. So we are trying to enjoy all of the minutes and all of the things. I've been watching her as much as I can, and we went for a nice walk today. It's been quite lovely. So your guys' support on that's been a lot and always appreciated. So channel's been a bit of a mess for the last while. I do apologize. I ended up suffering severely undiagnosed sleep apnea for many, many years, and I basically died. I woke up the day I started on my CPAP machine, and I had to start evaluating and understanding the pieces to which I had really effed up and start trying to make a plan to fix it. So, as many of you knew, I was building trailers and doing all kinds of fun stuff that did not end on the most amicable terms. Depending on who you talk to, I did go through a horrific breakup. My family basically decided that I shouldn't be happy, and they did everything in their power they could do to end that. So, the new relationship that I am in, we have celebrated our 1 year. It has brought this little bundle of joy into my life. And I have been the happiest in the last while that I've been in a really, really long time. So with that has come new plans, new goals, new everything. And trying to figure out what of my previous existence I really liked and what of my previous existence I really didn't like. As many of you know, I bought a 2016 Camaro in 2016, September 2nd, 2016. This would be year number 7, and as of September, I should have it paid off. That more than likely won't happen. I am not doing well on the financial front or the payment front, and I've been somewhat hiding my car for obvious reasons. It's been probably one of the most humiliating and embarrassing experiences of my life, I guess we'll call it, to call it short. But it is what it is. You make your bed, you have to live with it, right? And that's kind of where I'm at. So I have moved on with my life. I have been trying to do my own thing. The workshop I have been filming in for the last while is my own. And I have been working on doing carpentry. I am a master carpenter. I've been doing carpentry work for over 20 years, and I now have every tool at my disposal I could have possibly asked for. And I am working to rebuild everything. The only thing I've struggled with heavily is my health. When I have jobs lined up and I can make pretty ridiculously good money, by comparison to what I was making, it is almost not even the same realm. I did work out what I had made in my previous career. In 11 years, I averaged $9 an hour. Canadian market, not overly prosperous, but we do what we do. We learn from what we learn from what we do, and we move on and up. So I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to keep a positive outlook and a positive everything, and I'm trying to be good to the people that have been really good to me. But it's just been hard. I have, for the first time in my entire life, which might sound ridiculous because I spent basically 12 years in the hospital fighting arthritis and organ failure and everything under the sun. I spent 8 weeks in a medically induced coma. None of that fazed me. What fazed me was when those who I really cared about and I really appreciated and respected and I thought was family, kind of decided to take some shots at the title. The title would be ruining me, and they succeeded. And I was ruined, and I am financially ruined, and I am emotionally ruined, and I am physically ruined. And I have done everything I can in the last while to rebuild and regroup and put myself back together, which has included my girlfriend Laura. She's been absolutely amazing. My best friend Dave, Josh, Nick, King Boss Quad, fixed my car. Taylor Harris was a lot of the manpower behind fixing my car. Brendan Brown, like I've been super blessed. Holy smokes, you have so much hair. I have been so blessed with such great people to help me in the rebuilding process and give me some opportunities to build what is now, oh thanks, the light stopped flickering, what has been now some of my dream goals of having my own workshop and really getting my imagination off the ground and getting to run and build what I can dream up. As I mentioned, I've been woodworking a long time, and I've been quite appreciative of my skill set, and my skill set has been the only thing that really kept me going, because people need skilled tradesmen, and I am amongst the best. My father, despite our differences and some of the hardships he has decided to set me on as an adventure, expected greatness from me, and a few of us children, one of 6, but a few of us children definitely rose to the occasion, and I think I am one of them. Crown and Coke. There's almost nothing better. So I have been rebuilding. I made a short film recently that kind of embodied where I've been at for the last while. It did include this little bundle of joy, my bicycle, this freaking Segway scooter I bought. There's just been a lot going on. But what today's video is about, I know it's been a little long-winded to get here, but backstory matters, and at some point I hope to really share with you guys the whole story. I'm just not quite there. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the channel. My goal was always to be a YouTuber. I love the idea of it. I love the idea that I get to be successful, to be me. I get to share with you how my brain works, how my vision works, how my ideas work. I get to share with you how I go about putting them all together. I get to share with you spending time with this little bundle of joy. This is Loki, by the way. For those of you that don't know, she is a 9-year-old Chilty, and she is an absolute precious angel. I've been watching her for the week. I couldn't be more appreciative. We don't know what we have left with her, but every day was a gift, and every day will be treated as a gift. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with the channel. Ultimately, I want to run a podcast. I would love suggestions. I would love input. I don't know how feasible or realistic these are. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure the route I'm taking. I don't have my car in my possession. It's still 3-4 hours away after it's been fixed, and I got to get it back down here. I know for my life, if I could have got rid of the car, I would have, but it was not realistic because the Carfax on it shows $40,000 in repair cost, and the car's retail when I paid it before taxes was $46,000. So from a unemotional standpoint, the entire car has been replaced by insurance. Reality, it's had 2 bumpers, but that's not how buyers necessarily determine their value of a product. So I kind of have to live with what has been done. I should have just ditched the car then and moved on to something else. I would have been in a totally different circumstance now. But hindsight doesn't matter. I live here. I live now. Oh, Loki Bear's having a nap now. She's just so silky smooth. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with the channel. I am working as absolutely hard as I can to get some money put together to buy a truck. The truck's going to be between $2,000 and $4,000. It will be a 05 to 010 Ranger, and it will probably have a 4-cylinder. It will more than likely get slight modifications. Rims, tires, leveling kit. Excuse me. The ultimate goal with the vehicle is to tow my little trailer, which I towed with the Camaro. Camaro did great, but I'm struggling with that, and it's kind of hiding from the bank for obvious reasons, as mentioned. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with the channel. I want to share my adventures, my experiences. I have the utmost desire to make short films. I really love it. I love the creative process of making actual film and cinematography. And I filmed that whole video I made recently on this camcorder that I'm currently filming on. And I really challenged myself based on some creative credentials by a creator I follow called Mark Bone. He's out of Toronto. He makes short films and very high-end cinematography. So I set myself some parameters using this camera, and I wanted to see what I could come up with. I wanted to put together a story and build an entire emotional experience. And I think I achieved it quite well. So I'm now working on a follow-up. It's been a lot about me and a lot about my personal experiences, but this is how my brain works. And my brain is very much on this level of cinematography. Are you huffing me? I'm sorry. She's like, I'm ready for bed. So the ultimate goal right now is to get enough money put together to pay off the car so I don't have to keep stressing to death about it. Put it back together, put the exhaust back on it, put the wing back on it, get it all cleaned up, get a new set of tires on it, new set of brakes, like make it the car it deserves to be and I wish it to be once again, and share with you in a cinematic format that I can be very proud of. I made all of the install videos, I made all of the review videos as very much off the cuff, holding GoPro, holding whatever, until I got this camera and then it became this camera. I don't want to keep doing that. I really want to take the time. I did everything in the driveway. I did everything in the snow. I did everything in the ice, on gravel, on cardboard, on 2x4s, on whatever I had at my disposal, because I had nothing at my disposal. If I did anything at the house, I just got yelled at. So that made it really, really challenging. And I was doing mods in parking lots and mods in other people's driveways, in the rain, trying to have people come out and help me just so I could have a visual of hands doing bolts and things while I did the work. But it's been a long road. The things that went behind some of those videos, whether they got views or not, was not the important part. I put my heart and soul into every single video. The shorts I've been sharing, which have done quite well and grown the channel quite significantly, from tools to pencil sharpener to the Loki Bear to even just sharing some of my favorite videos, it's been a hell of an experience. So I'm trying to figure out how to grow the channel going forward and get myself up to a more sustainable approach. I don't know what that will entail. I don't know what that will currently look like. The goal would be continue automotive content. I would love to get a faster, more aggressive, performance-oriented scooter because I actually have a ton of fun on it. But it is pretty... does 25 kilometers an hour and it has no suspension and no features. The brakes barely work, so it's very sketchy if I come into a stop sign a bit hot. I basically have to pick and choose whether I'm going to run it or take a corner. I wanted to get more on the bike. I haven't yet, but the goal is to get back on the bike and get myself into great shape again. Despite the hips being probably the worst they've ever been, get back out on the unicycle, get the car put back together, buy a truck so that I can work with some ease and not just destroy my car, because I definitely did some damage to that thing just using it as a work vehicle and putting tools in it, which is not fair to it. I never should have done it, but I never could have anticipated my life taking such a twist and such a turn. So I am here now. I am broken, I am battered, I am beaten, and I am bruised. I have an absolute unbelievable team that loves me. I have a girlfriend that thinks the world of me and wants nothing but to support me in my crazy endeavors. I have my Loki bear, and my Loki bear is just an absolute godsend. She wants nothing but to be within 5 feet of me at all times of the day. For those of you that own Shelties, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She's just an absolute wonder. When they love you, it is like love you've never experienced before. I've been working very aggressively at the gym, trying to get myself rebuilt, so that when I look in the mirror in the morning, I'm like, I know who that guy is. I'm down about 65 pounds. I'm eating better, not great. Funds are limited, so I'm buying what I can buy and eating what I can eat. But it's just been a really long 3 to 4 years, and I feel like the channel really got put on the back burner, and I'm trying to come up with a plan to put it back together. I'm trying to come up with a plan to rebuild from nothing, essentially. Aside from the fact that I've accumulated, $15,000 worth of tools, and when I say tools, they're not just tools. Some of them are exceptionally nice. I've worked really hard to put these back in my possession to be able to do really great things. I've built really great projects. I've done really great work for people. I've helped people. I've started volunteering in my local community. I'm trying to be the person I always dreamt I would be, while I'm trying to rebuild myself from the person I never wanted to be. It's been a long road. Your support has been undeniably beneficial to the entire experience. Z, Dan Conlon, you guys know who you are. You comment on the videos, and it's pretty great to see. It's pretty great to see that you followed me through a journey that I couldn't have imagined before I started. But we're here, and I'm moving forward, and I'm going to do great things, and I'm going to continue to try to change the world, whether the world wants to allow that or not. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. It's been a bit of a long-winded rant about how I'm trying to rebuild my life, but mental health is no joke. I have found out through both a medical depression and probably a emotional depression that I have to take more time and care, and I have to be more sensitive to my needs, because saying all is fine and then waking up after a 5-year sleep coma and realizing that your life really took a trip down the shitter is bad. I don't know how else to sum that up, so I'm going to leave it there. Till next time, drive safe, take care, behave, as always.